What's up everybody and welcome to another episode of Raudeza Reviews. I'm Raudeza. Now before I get started with the episode today, I just want to thank all of the fathers out there, especially the subscribers who are taking their time out of their day just to watch this short little video and review. I really appreciate it. I know that as fathers, we don't have that much time to be indulging in videos, and I know that today is a special day for you, so thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, I know I say this constantly, but I am a true fan of The Witcher. It's just an amazing series. And last week, we had an opportunity to review not only a character from The Witcher, but also a combination of one of my favorite manufacturers, which is Kotobukiya, which in my opinion just go hand in hand perfectly. Now, I'm a man of my word, and as promised from last week, we're going to continue looking at the Witcher series line from Kotobukiya. Now, fortunately, last week we were able to review the Geralt statue, which I found completely amazing. I gave it my highest rating. It is definitely a holy grail piece. So naturally, we're going to review the other offering that Kotobukiya has to offer, which is arguably one of the most popular characters in the Witcher series. Now, if you know the lore from The Witcher, you'll know that Geralt has a very unique relationship with this character and it's kind of taken on the role of a surrogate father. Coincidentally, I'm reviewing this on Father's Day. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be reviewing Kotobukiya's version of Ciri from The Witcher, the 1/7 scale Bishoujo statue. Let's take a closer look. Now admittedly, when I took this out of the packaging, it didn't immediately impress me like the Geralt statue, but that's kind of a hard act to follow. Nevertheless, this is still a very impressive head sculpt. This is definitely Ciri in the Kotobukiya-esque style. I love the strands in the hair, the sculpts are done very well, even if you do see a couple unusual seam lines there that don't make it flow well. But the eyes are done perfectly. I definitely love the countenance in the face, and the way that her neck and head are slightly tilting, very sexy. Overall, it just looks really well done, even though not as impressive as the Geralt statue. Now the midsection and upper torso of this piece is where things get very impressive. Now mostly I like the textures and the color tones here. The white undershirt offset against the eggshell looks really well done. Texturally it's very impressive and a nice focal point. The armor sets are done very well, but most impressively what really draws your eyes are the belt buckles and the rhinestones, especially those kind of robin's egg blue that really make it pop. And of course, look at the trousers. They really look like actual leather, even though it's an effect. Everything looks very well done. The detail here is absolutely incredible, and you really gotta kind of give it to Kotobukiya for putting this level of detail at this scale. Very impressive. Now this is a bit of a spoiler alert, but you should have played this game already. The iconic sword that Ciri has towards the later half of the game, where she's just housing all of those hunters or whatever the hell they were. Now, it's represented here perfectly, and look at how amazing this is. That silver is done very well. The detail in the actual etching or the sketching that's there on the blade is amazing. The hilt is also done very impressively. This is just an amazing piece and definitely a focal point. Look at how much detail is there for this scale. I mean, again, I gotta give it to Kotobukiya for adding these little details. The sword is absolutely beautiful. Now the lower section of this piece is equally impressive, and I feel like I'm just kind of rehashing this, but I do gotta talk about it. The trousers are done incredibly well. It looks like actual leather, but most importantly for me is the sculpt in the boots. Look at how intricate that is. The folds are done very well. The buckles really highlight the rest of the leather, and it just looks like it's completely organic. I mean, it looks like actual leather. It feels like you could touch it and will feel like leather, even though we know that it's kind of like a plastic resin or even PVC. Nevertheless, it gets the effect done very well, and that has a lot to do with the designers, the sculptors, and the art direction that they went into. Very impressive. Okay, you're definitely going to want to mirror this piece because, I mean, it's Ciri, for God's sakes. Now the reverse side is very impressive in terms of the actual hair sculpt. You see the bun and you see the strands that are very well sculpted. Again, a few seam line issues, but nevertheless, it still looks overall well done. Now the reverse side, again, I mean, it's Ciri. There is an amazing fan service here. Even in the game, it's just very impressive. And you see how she actually attaches to the base. Now, I have a couple things that I have to talk about in terms of the base, and we'll get into it in a minute. But definitely mirror it, because again, it's Ciri. Now, I talked about this in the previous Geralt statue, and one of the things that really kicked my ass about it was the generic base that it was sitting on. I mean, look at this. This is even worse because it's smaller, so you don't have that dynamic effect. This definitely feels like it belongs inside of an aquarium. I mean, it's just really weird to look at. The other problem too is that this character also suffers from a bit of a leaning issue. not in terms of the base itself, but optically, which means you're going to have to pose it a little bit above eye level so it doesn't look weird. Now, you all knew this was coming. I was definitely going to show them together, especially on Father's Day. Now, look at how amazing they look together. I mean, just optically, they look very well. If you want to decorate a game room, if you want to decorate an office, any Witcher fan would love to have this in their office. And the way that they're formed, or optically how they look, they really look like bookends. So if you want to put books or decorate something in between them, they're going to look amazing on each side of whatever shelf or whatever display that you put them in. They're just amazing figures to look at, and again, complement each other very well. So you should get both of them because they look absolutely stunning. Now, a few gripes aside, and they're very minimal. In fact, I'm probably just nitpicking at this point. This is definitely a holy grail piece. I mean, it's a very unique figure. Ciri is not a character that has a lot of merchandise, so definitely pick this one up, especially in the Kotobukiya style. It's just absolutely stunning. Now, unfortunately, it's pretty much sold out wherever you go, so you're going to have to go to the secondary market where you are going to pay a premium for this, but I guarantee if you pick it up, obviously if you're a fan of The Witcher or if you like Ciri, you will not regret having this in your collection. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Kotobukiya's version of Ciri from The Witcher, the 1/7 scale Bishoujo statue. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next Raudeza Reviews.